Hi, how you doing? Welcome to the replay. Welcome to Daily Fuel. Daily Fuel. Every day except Sunday. My overhead light blew out, and I didn't have time to put a new bulb in it. So, where's my sound? I fixed the sound. Should be sound. Oh, this is low. Hi. So so if you're in the replay, sorry, it's Monday. I'm not having a normal day. I was painting the door red all day long. If you don't remember, Paint the Door Red was a Daily Fuel I did a week or two ago. There's a sound. What do you call it? The idea was to kind of break the pattern and do a thing to sort of clear the energy in your home, clear the energy in your life, get out of the daily rut of the same routine work that you do every day. So my door is already red, so I didn't paint it again. But I did clean and purge all the crap out of my basement yesterday and into today, and I cleared a path from the upstairs down through the basement down to my studio, and it is just I have piles and piles of garbage out at the curb of just stuff that we've collected over the years that we're just like, do we really need this thing anymore? No, is the answer to that question, and we no longer have it. So it is possible to clean your basement if you try. Except now I'm like all out of sorts. So let's do Daily Fuel. If you're in the replay, write a hashtag replay something or other. And if you're here live, you can start commenting, and I'm going to ignore the comments and read my thing. And I forgot to write a spiel, so I quickly wrote down a couple of notes. But hopefully it's probably enough. I think I usually write too much, and because I don't read it half the time. Anyway, let's just begin. I'm possible. I didn't make that up. You know the thing where it's like impossible is I'm possible, right? Because nothing is impossible. Everything is possible, and we understand that from source energy point of view that everything is possible. You can be, do, or have anything that you want to be. We like this stuff, and I believe it. The issue becomes that you stop believing it. I believe it theoretically. I believe it on a general level, like, oh yeah, I believe that stuff, and then it's like, oh, I need that thing, I want that thing, and I forget to believe that it can happen. As my buddy Landon calls it, how do you know when you believe something? Because you be living it. If you be living it. If you're living it, you believe it. If you're not living it, you don't believe it. Somewhere, somehow, if there's a thing that's just not coming, it's because you don't believe it. So I was thinking about, how do you start believing things? How can we practice believing in ourselves, believing that I am possible, believing that nothing is impossible? And lo and behold, I came up with 3 things. What? 3? That's unusual. So here they are, in no particular order. Number 1 is something my wife reminded me of, the 4-minute mile. Have you ever heard of the 4-minute mile? The 4-minute mile is a thing in sports. There's track and field at the Olympics. If you know this already, you're going to hear a story that you already know. But if you don't know it, it's interesting. The idea is that when they have races at the Olympics, the idea is to be the fastest person. Makes sense, right? So they have a ready, set, go, the gun shoots, and everybody starts running, and they want to be the fastest one, whether it's a sprint or a marathon or whatever. They want to be the first one to cross that line and break that ribbon. Well, there was a goal that people had, was to run a mile in 4 minutes or less, and because nobody had ever done it before, up until whatever point. Nobody had ever done it before, and it was considered impossible. No human being could run that fast until someone did. So somebody did, and somebody broke the 4-minute mile threshold and did it. And then, spoiler alert, somebody else did. And then another person did, and another person did. And now it seems like even I can do it. I don't know. So I cannot do it. I do not run. Running and me do not mix. I I have strength, and I have, I am not a runner. I can walk. I can walk pretty far. I can lift things and hold them and carry them and stuff. And I cannot run. Running is just not happening with me. So 4-minute mile is not a thing that I will ever do. But I'm not worried about that because I don't care to do a 4-minute mile. That's not something that I want to achieve. It's not a thing that I want. But the idea here is the 4-minute mile was nobody could do it. It was considered impossible until somebody did it. Kind of like breaking the sound barrier. Completely impossible until somebody did it. Or flying until all of a sudden somebody did it. And now, in 1903, the Wright brothers took off and everyone was like, I guess we can fly. And 66 years later, we landed on the moon. So, we can do things if we believe that we can. So that's number one, is the 4-minute mile. The idea there is that somebody else did it. Take a look at this thing that you're trying to do and realize, did anyone else do it before? Are you trying to do something that's never been done? Chances are you're trying to do something. I want to have a great career. I want to have a great relationship. I want to be a better artist. I want to do this. I want to do that. Chances are the things that you want to do in your life, somebody else has done. So look at those other people and just get inspiration from them. Be like, well, if that person could do it, I could do it. They're no different than me. They don't have special powers. They're not Superman and I'm nobody, So there's that one. Other people have done it, the 4-minute mile. Number 2 is gratitude. Now, the idea here is that we want to create the energy vibe of the thing already being done. And if you really wanted a thing, and then somebody said, oh, here's that thing you wanted, what would you say? You'd say, thank you. That's great. Thank you. Right? And you'd feel, and depending on how much you really wanted it and how awesome it was, you'd probably feel like, oh my God, thank you. That's amazing. Well, turns out we have the ability to feel that way and express that without needing the thing to be done with us. We can do that. We can express that. We can feel that. We can practice it. And if you practice it all the time and make it part of your energy work, this feeling of gratitude, you will create the vibrational atmosphere of this thing you want already being done. And when you create the energy of it being done, it attracts the thing to you and boopity bop. You get the thing. So that's the law of attraction right there for you. Boopity bop. You get the thing. Okay? So just be grateful for the thing. And then number 3, when all else fails, is you can recall the fact that you've done this before. You have wanted things before and gotten them. You have hit the wall. You have fallen flat on your face. You have lost everything. You've gotten to rock bottom places before. Or even if you're not at rock bottom with a thing, you're just like, oh, that'd be cool to have that thing, and you just want this thing. You don't have to remember a time when you hit rock bottom and things bounce back, but you can recall that, I kind of wanted that thing that time, and I didn't mess it up by trying to figure it out in my head. I just sort of let it happen, and it unfolded all on its own. We have the ability to do that. You can remember that you've done this before, and then remember, what did I do? Here's something that I do, right? I find myself wanting something to happen. I want this client to pay me. I want this thing to happen with my business. Usually for me, it's business, money related. Those are the things that I forget how powerful I am with at times, right? So I want this thing to happen, and I'll try this one where I'll be like, there was that other time that I wanted that other thing to happen, and I didn't do this. I didn't look every day in my email to see if they called. I didn't check to see if this happened or that happened. I wasn't like looking every 5 minutes to see if I got a message, right? I didn't do any of that. I just said, oh, that'd be nice to have that thing. And then I went, whatever. And I went around day to day to day to day to day. It was a couple of days. It was a couple of weeks. It doesn't really matter. I just forgot about it and just went, that'd be nice. Wouldn't it be nice if that happened? And then it happened. Boopity bop, right? It happened. Except now I want this thing to happen with this client, business, whatever, and I'm just like, nah, it's not happening. Why isn't it happening? Blah, blah, blah. Right? There is no boopity bop happening because I don't know where I came up with boopity bop, but I'm not saying that anymore. It was funny the first time. Now I just feel stupid. Anyway, so you hear what I'm saying, right? It's like, remember the time that you did this before and something that you wanted did come to fruition, and think about, well, what did I do differently than what I'm doing now? What did I do, or how did I feel, or how did I behave, or did I act this way? Did I do this thing? Was I checking up on it every 5 seconds, or was I kind of more relaxed about it? And then practice being that way so that you can allow it to happen. Boobity bop. Okay, let us get to the comments. I see faces and things being said. Not a lot of comments yet. So sometimes it happens where it's like there are no comments, and then all of a sudden, bang! They just start, like that. They just start coming in. Ray says hi. Hi, Ray. How are you? You're the first commenter today. Take a breath for Ray. Robin with hearts and mad face. Is this mad faces? And flowers. Thank you. Hello, Bobby. I'm possible, says Marcia. Marcia is here. Oh yeah, right. Wait, hang on. Are those mad faces? Look at that. Look. What's up with that? Robin's mad at me today. Uh-oh. What did I do? Marcia, hello, Bobby. I'm possible. Life is what I make of it. It is. Yes. Wonderful. Nice to see you, Marcia. Thanks for showing up today. Mikey, possibilities. Possibilities. Yeah, buddy. Hello, says Crimson. Hello. How are you? Thank you, universe. Yeah, that's it, man. Just any way that like the gratitude one, I think, is the easiest one for us to do. We could do it all day, every day. Just thank you, right? If you're finding yourself bickering in your head with somebody, or fretting about something, or being like, oh crap, just try to get in the habit of being like, oh, I'm doing that thing. And you know what? Thank you. Thank you for showing me the way out of this. Thank you for fixing this for me. Thank you for bringing me this thing that I need to make this other thing happen. Thank you for whatever the thing is that you want. Just start saying thank you for it. Like, hey, thank you. And practice it as if, pretend you actually got it and feel what that feels like to get it. Imagine if we all did that every day, all of us, for a month, what would happen in this group, what we could accomplish. I bet it would be pretty amazing. Robin says, like Dick Tracy's watch. I don't know what the context of that was. Is that the 4 Minute Mile context? I don't know. That's funny. That cracks me up when that. I don't know what the Dick Tracy's watch thing is. Did I say something? I don't know what I said. Gratitude is the best attitude. There you go. I like that. Robin, create the vibe of the thing already being done. Did I say that? I must have said it. Robin put it in quotes. Create the vibe of the thing already being done. I like that. I say smart things. Please don't write bibbity bobbity boop. It attracts the same thing to you. Well, now I messed this up. I got to make this smaller. It attracts the same thing to you. Yes, it does. Right. When you create the vibe of the thing already being done through gratitude, it attracts that thing to you. Wonderful. Boobity bop is bibbity bop. Cinderella's godmother. Yeah, I just said bibbity bobbity boo. I know. Oh, Kirsten, did you see my reply to you on a comment from a live the other day? I got my Adobe fonts working. I'm going to talk to Kirsten for a moment, everybody, because she and I were having Adobe font problems together, and we were feeling it. I got on chat with Adobe, and the guy was like, "Oh, click this link and download this Cleaner app," which I had never heard of before, and completely like clean out the Creative Cloud, and then reinstall it and come back, and lo and behold, boobity bop, there they were, my fonts. Hey, Bobby, I want to pay you some money. Cool, man. Bobby at Fuel Blue, that's my PayPal. Send any amount you like. You attracted that, Richard. Thanks, buddy. I know. Thank you for your patience. Richard messaged me about some things that we need to talk about. My computer crashed last week, so I'm still to this moment still catching up. Plus, I was like taking the time to just reorganize my office, but I'll get back to you this week, buddy. Marsha, all good things are possible with gratitude, a positive attitude, and being thankful every day, every single day. Yes, that's the truth right there. Thank you. Robin, if mad faces must have been in too much of a hurry. No, must be a mistake. So there you go. I know that happens, right? Because the things are this big on your phone, and you're like, tick, 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 and you hit the wrong one, and you hit send. I do that occasionally. Richard says, I use blind faith a lot and get good at learning from mistakes. Yeah, learning. I'm trying to teach my son that. My son, he took a test and he did poorly on it. But he had been taking this class. It's what month is this? It's May, so the school year's almost done. And he's been taking this class. He's like rocking it with 90s and hundreds and stuff. And so he's gotten into this groove of how the class works for him and how he does it and everything like that. And then he took this test and it was just like out of left field for him. And he was just like, he did poorly on it and he was very upset about it. So I was telling him, learning from mistakes. That was the point of this. I was telling him, I was like, don't be, we all make mistakes. We all have a bad day. We all do poorly on a thing. I've launched things in my businesses that flopped, it's like everybody does that. The key is just don't do the same thing again. Learn from this. Like, what did you learn from this? And how can you take this lesson and apply it to the rest of the year, the rest of the quarter? So, he didn't want to hear that, of course. He was very upset that he got a bad grade. But, that's you gotta learn these things the hard way sometimes. So Crimson says, count your blessings, even the ones you want and don't yet have. I like that. I like that a lot. That's another way of saying this, right? See, this is what's important, I think, is saying these things with lots of different words and kind of creating this. I don't like the term echo chamber, but it's kind of what it is like if we're all saying these things and putting our own spin on the words, then I might say a thing and it resonates with you, but then you change the words and that resonates with another person, even though the way that I said it did not, and I think that's really great. Kirsten, I missed the beginning, but I've literally stopped trying to take control of anything. Let go of emotions and just go with the flow. If I start worrying, I just remember I don't have to be in control and give it back to the universe to deal with. That's really good. Yeah, I like that a lot. It's that whole unknown thing. It's like that's the other thing is I've been practicing the gratitude of thank you for doing this. And then also practicing, and I didn't talk about it today, but I've talked about it before, practicing that being okay in the unknown, where it's like, I have no idea how it's coming. I'm just thankful that it is and that it's here and I can feel what it feels like to have it already. And I don't need to know how it's going to happen. I don't need to know when. It doesn't need to be today or tomorrow or even the next day, but it's got to be the day after that. No, I'm kidding, right? So it's like, it doesn't have to be anything in particular. And it's just that, and when I do that, then I remember, oh, that means it's going to surprise and delight me. And a lot of times it happens faster than I would have insisted upon it happening, and it happens better. And that's the truth, and I know that we all have experienced that. So that's number 3, is remembering your past miracles, remembering what it was like when you experienced getting surprised and delighted by the universe. It's like, what did I do? I didn't act like this. I didn't act like a brat. I wasn't like, I didn't got my thing yet, right? You weren't doing that then, and you got it. And now you're not getting it, and you're doing that. So don't do that. Dick Tracy's watch talking about, I forget, something about things being done before. Yeah, the 4-minute mile thing. It's never been done before, but then Dick Tracy had the watch, and now we all have that, right? We have this thing. Do you know this computer is like, I don't know the factor, but it's like way more powerful than the computer that was used on the lunar module to send men to the moon and land them and launch them and bring them home again. Their computer was nothing compared to this computer, and This doesn't bring me to the moon though, so I don't know what the point of that was. But yeah, it's like it's never been done before. Dick Tracy's watch. So, sometimes when I'm having one of these days where my mind is cloudy because I've been running around like crazy, I always feel like I sit here going like, does this make any sense at all? Am I just babbling? I have no idea. But you know, there's always tomorrow. So Crimson, when people come together with the same focus, you can change the world. That's cool. You know, we didn't really talk about that, but now we're talking about like co-creation, collaboration, and bringing energy together. I was just talking about things in terms of what you can do yourself. That would be an interesting. Somebody, was it you? I think it was either you or Karina. I don't remember who it was, but it's on my list from that post about how, I think it was Karina. It might have been you. I don't know. Now I feel like an idiot for saying this. But anyway, whoever it was, the collaboration. And now it's like, I think I want to remember when people, let me take a screenshot of this. Oh, it went away. Darn it. Hang on. If I get a screenshot of this, then I'll remember. There we go. Maybe I won't remember. Maybe I'll look at it and be like, why did I take the screenshot? I have no idea. We will find out. Anyway, collaboration was something that one of you guys posted in that ideas for a future Daily Fuel, and this is a very good point to include in that. So I'll tag you on that. Anyway, guys, that's the last comment, and I'm done. So, Crimson, you get the booby prize today. The last commenter gets a booby prize, and then I keep talking, and somebody swoops in and steals it, typically. But we'll see. Maybe nobody will. Or maybe I won't talk much. Maybe I'll just click the end button and be done. Well, I guess not. All right, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me. As always, I am extremely grateful for your time and your attention and just being part of this group and being part of Daily Fuel with me. Daily Fuel is an interactive thing. It's not just me yapping. It's this part. It's a living, breathing thing. And I honestly, truly believe that the comments and then the energy back to me, it creates a cycle of energy that we all can grow from and thrive on. Facebook user stole it. Donna West Newman. You know what? You can't be a Facebook user. You can't be anonymous. Donna, there's a eCam link at the top of this post. You got to click that link so that I can see your beautiful face and your name. And Crimson says, thank you, Bobby. You're changing the world. Stole it back. That's great. But I am loving the booby prize fights at the end of these things. Look at this. Bibbidi bobbidi booby prize. My brother trying to steal it. I was trying to be good, but I can't help it. And Crimson stole it back, and we'll be done. So Crimson, you get it. No, Facebook user. Sorry, I can't find the link. I'll post the link and I'll tag you. Have a good night, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow. Crimson, you get the booby prize. Goodbye.